Kanye West, the artist formerly known as Kanye West, Ye, was on Drink Champs with Nore and DJ Efn. That's crazy. There was a moment in hip hop history. A moment in history regardless. It's American culture. We're gonna talk about it. My name is Tahchee. 12 by 6. It's my take. So Kanye West, I did it again. Sorry. Ye he's been in the press a lot lately. All on social media, you know. Got the divorce happening or maybe not happening. We don't know what's going on with that. We just know that Kim K is chilling on Staten Island with Pete Davidson. Weird. But he has a lot going on. He's been doing a lot. He's been running around. He's been wearing a mask. He's been popping up. He's been making a lot of money, making a lot of moves. He got Sunday Service going crazy. He just dropped Donda, probably one of the hottest albums this year. Subjective, you know, you give your own opinion on that. And he decided to go and sit down with Nore and DJ Efn for a Drink Champs episode. A monumental moment. Ooh wee. I hope you got a chance to watch it. I know y'all don't be watching things though. But we're gonna take this time. I don't even have a quote. Well, I do got a quote. Give shit a chance. Let it breathe. Understand it before you attack
rolling.
it.
Sound rolling.
Without further ado,
Here we go.
let's get into this. So we talking about Kanye West. You know what happened a couple days ago. I'm sorry. I gotta bring that all back. We're talking about the artist formerly known as Kanye West, Ye. So Ye went on the Drink Champs podcast, Nore and DJ Efn's podcast, which has been on fire the last few episodes, so check it out if you ain't ever checked that out before. But he popped up on their podcast, and for about 2.5 hours, they just let him go. And Ye came on a mission to be Ye. And it was a very interesting conversation. You know Kanye, you see Kanye interviews, you know, he has a lot of thoughts in his head and they all come out. 1,000,000 miles a minute. And you gotta just either you can catch it or you can't catch it. Maybe you watch it, I don't know. I would probably say, I can't say this is like the best interview I've seen this year. I haven't seen every interview this year. But I can say I was very, 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 very much anticipating watching this. It's only certain people that get me like, I need to hear what they're thinking. That's like 50 Cent, Kanye West, Jay-Z. You know, you see that? I see that. I'm clicking the link and I'm sitting in and I'm soaking it all in. A lot of people have been on social media, of course, and they're speaking on the interview, whether they've seen the whole thing or not. They've at least, of course, seen the hot clips, Big Sean moment, the John Legend moment, the Talib Kweli moment, And of course, I already knew when you watch an interview, it's like, it's gonna be about that, just that moment. I know a lot of people haven't even sat there and given the time to watch the entire thing to hear his complete thoughts, I should say. I think that interview was something like, it's like just giving somebody the floor to just go off. Nore chimed in here and there, but he felt that he knew Kanye was on a mission, and Kanye was in like his comfort zone. You could see it in his face. He was very comfortable and he was ready to say whatever he needed to get off his chest, and he did that. I think it's unfortunate that it seems if you're not saying things in a way that, you know, people want to hear things, or we've been taught that you know, this is how, you know, we're supposed to conduct ourselves, it's automatically put into a different space, a negative light, or an easy way to attack this person's thoughts. I'll speak on the hot part, because if I sit here and just try to dive into this interview, I'll be talking to you for like an hour and a half or something. There's been a lot of chatter on social media that, you know, Kanye was wrong for addressing Big Sean the way he did, or addressing John Legend the way he did, or how he spoke about, you know, the whole Drake situation and things of that nature. And I would say this, there's nothing wrong with what Kanye said. It doesn't mean that what Kanye said was right or was correct, but that's what he felt. I think this entire interview, he was just giving you his perspective on pretty much everything, as he's done before. And it's like, sometimes I have to ask, like, you know, is this your first time meeting Ye? Like, I don't think there's any point in his career that he hasn't been the way that he is. So it's always like, it's very like odd to me that people always, you know, seem to insinuate that Ye has changed in some way, shape, or form, when he hasn't. He's always been just like this, from the beginning to today. That attitude, that brashness, that straight talk, he's been just like that. He hasn't changed. With the name dropping, you know, when he's pretty much talking about how he felt about certain people or whatever, I think he, several times throughout the interview, he made a point to say, this is how I feel. It doesn't mean that I don't love this person, but this is how I feel about the situation. And I think a lot of people don't understand that I can speak how I need to speak, how I need to address somebody that I know that I have a relationship with in a certain manner, and it doesn't mean that now we're enemies, or, you know, now I'm over here, you're over there. It's just, I think some people are just very confrontational. And when a conversation person doesn't have a chance to speak or let stuff out, and it comes out, and then everything can come out at once. And that can be a lot, understandably. But I do think it's overlooked that Kanye acknowledged all of that. He acknowledged all of his flaws in this interview, which I thought was something different that he doesn't normally do in some other interviews. So again, hats off to Nore. I think Nore just made him comfortable. And the shots probably helped as well. But he was very open about his flaws, his mistakes. But he couldn't say, yeah, I'm messed up in these manners, but this is how I feel about this. This is why I feel how I feel about this. And it don't mean now we can't speak, or it means I'm on this page right now with you, and this is how I feel. I need you to tell me how you feel now. Like, and then we can go from there. You know, and I think with like Big Sean especially, I think he was literally saying, I changed this man's life, and I feel like he did certain things that somebody that I've helped out so much and I've treated as family that they shouldn't do. Which is why I think when he was talking about the whole Trump situation and how certain artists like John Legend and Big Sean might have been rocking a different way. Although I don't think Big Sean did that publicly that much, so I don't know about that. The John Legend stuff, yes, that's documented. You can see that. So I think what he's trying to say is, like, he didn't say that they could not agree with him. He was just saying that they didn't have to be used. At least he felt like they were being used. And then they used Pusha T as an example. Pusha T didn't agree with them either. And Pusha T was asked publicly about the situation too. And Pusha T never went hard or never said anything crazy that would make him feel away. It was just like, that's Ye's opinion, and Ye's gonna do Ye, and that's what it is. I don't agree with that. I'm over here, and that's it. I think he just feels, this entire interview, it sounds like he just feels like he's been disrespected for a very long time. Still now, he still sounds very much like he feels like he's looking for certain type of validation, and he's not getting it. And he's saying, wait, why am I not getting it? Which is why he name dropped like 50 people that, this is my circle of people. Like, I'm out here and I'm with people that you'll probably never meet or whatever. And he's doing all that because he's trying to say, I'm Ye, and y'all not treat me like I'm Ye. Whatever. I don't think it's something that you take offense to. Even when he was talking about Talib Kweli. And, and he went up on Talib, because Talib was very much on the other side when Ye was going heavy with the red hat campaign and all that stuff. And Ye addressed him. And Ye definitely got shady with the whole, he don't rap that good anyways or whatever and all that. But even Talib Kweli's response, and he may respond differently later, his initial response to what he said about him in that interview was on some like, man, me and Ye, we cool, we good or whatever, we disagree. And I understand whatever, he's being funny or whatever. But he was like, I try to tell him that, we don't rock with what he's doing, da-da-da-da. But even in Talib Kweli's whole demeanor, he's just kind of like, he understands Ye, and he also understands why Ye is mad. So he can't even bark off on Ye because he knows Ye has a point. Yeah, I was kind of dogging you or whatever. I wasn't being a homie or a friend, like, And I think when you hear certain things and you hear it out of context, like if the majority of people are digesting this interview from clips from the Shade Room or wherever you get your clips from, or you're hearing the Breakfast Club talk about the interview when all three of them said, one said, I watched about 40 minutes so far. Other one said I got like 30 minutes in. I think the other one said she was like, I'm gonna watch it this weekend. But they're giving you their take on it. And that's how you're getting your information. So then it's like, you don't even know what he's talking about. You just know these hot button points that if you take them out of context, he just looks like he's just shitting on somebody for no reason. But in that whole 2 hours, what you get out of that interview, I think what I got out of it is that Jay has a lot of thoughts in his head. And everything he does, whether it looks crazy or bizarre, there's a reasoning for it. If you're willing to sit there and listen and try to understand it, then you can go, oh. But for the most part, we're afraid of that nuance, that idea that you have to try to understand something that, if I just pretend it doesn't make sense or it's crazy, it works out because, we've been taught like that's not, you don't think like that, you don't say that. But if you have to actually sit there and think about it and you go, oh, now it's like, damn, now you fucking me up, bro. Because I've been taught a certain way and you telling me something different. And now that I hear you break these things down, I'm like, wow, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And nobody wants to do that. I get it. Nobody wants to do that. It's like, yo, bro, 1 + 1 is 2. That's it. Like, don't try to think about any other type of fashion or manner. That's all. But I don't know. The Drake stuff was it was funny. Like, when you hear him break down his whole Drake situation, you go, okay. One, my takeaway is these guys are not beefing at all right now. That's dead. They're not beefing at all. They speak. We should have all known that they're speaking. And she's able to put him in a group chat and bark on him and Virgil and whoever else. If he's able to do that, then clearly they're speaking to each other. It's not that deep. And you see, like, a lot of it is like, it's just literally a rivalry. They got issues with each other because I want to be better than you, and you want to be better than me. Drake is like, oh, I'm a bigger artist now, I sell more records. Ye's like, I'm Ye. You'll never make better music than me, period. You'll never move the culture like me, period. And it's just like two petty guys going back and forth with each other. Which is what I think we all knew, that this is really petty, which is why I would never really address, because if they ever really addressed it, we would probably all go, that's really petty, while you guys have this major issue. But I think this interview was very important if you took the time to listen to it, just to see that there are different perspectives in life. He hit on a lot of interesting points. You know, the whole ideal of himself being currency, both literally and figuratively, where it's like, you know, his house is like his backpack, whatever he carries around with him. His home is his daughter FaceTiming him, but his currency, his worth is so valuable, and he's made connections so many places that it doesn't matter where he goes, because he doesn't have to worry about having a literal house, because wherever he goes, he's gonna have a place to stay. Someone's gonna extend their home out to him. They'll help him out, they'll do this for him, because he is the currency. He is the value, not what's in his pocket. And him saying literally how he wants to make himself public, where he could be publicly traded almost in a type of way. There's a lot to take away, and a lot of stuff it's not even deep stuff. It's stuff that people have said before, I guess, but hearing Ye say it, you know, it sounds crazy, especially because he's not no super articulate guy. Like, he's gonna just go off and shoot off what he's thinking. He's not thinking about what he's thinking. He's just gonna tell you it right there. It's the thought. Like, you see in the interview, the constant, like, as he's talking about something, he goes, oh, and another thing. So it's like his mind is constantly shifting through these ideas, and it's like he finally has a moment to sit and talk about it. It's gonna all come out, word vomit. But if you're able to sit and follow it, you get to go, yeah, some of the stuff is like, it's wacky and it's just stuff in his head. And then some of the stuff is like real actual gems, and you take it and you go, oh, wow, that's a different way to look at that. Oh, I didn't know you were doing that. Oh, I just thought it was this. The ideal of the whole red cap thing, I've always brought it down to Ye just lashing out and saying, no, I don't have to just be a Democrat and do something this way. I'm gonna do this. And you can't tell me not to do it because you've been told not to do it. Like, you don't have a reason for me not to do it except you don't want me to do it. But I know why I'm doing it. It's just, I don't know. I think he said it best when he said he knows his, he knows the skill set. He knows his strengths. He said he's not a numbers guy. He's like, oh, you might read a lot of books or whatever, but I'm not well read. I don't read like that. That's not what I do. I do this other stuff. That's great that you do that. So it's like, he knows himself. He knows, yeah, I'm not good with money. I hire accountants. I'm not good with the reading. I hire somebody to read my contracts. That's what they do. I do what I do, and that's it. This whole interview was him just telling y'all he's gonna do what he does. And eventually, you are gonna either accept it and understand it, or you're not. But he's gonna continue going that way. He said, yeah, I don't have the red cap on, but it's on. Like, nothing is changing. Nothing is changing his mindset because he believes in what he's talking about. I love this interview, and I want to do a real deep dive on it. But this is just a take. I want to do a real deep dive on it, and I might, if I feel like it. I don't be feeling like it, but if I feel like it, I will. Once again, watch all of something. If you're going to critique something, if you're going to have an opinion on something, please watch all of it. I know, it's 2 hours. Oh my God. I gotta use that 2 hours to watch 60-second clips on Instagram. Please, just take a break. Take a break. Turn on YouTube, hit play, and just listen. Try to have an open mind. Try to shut up and listen. Don't say nothing. Just listen and focus. Critically listen and focus. And you might get something out of this. I'm Tahchee. That's my take. As always, 12 by 6.